So my hot take this week is that I think by the time Jaden Ivey leaves for the NBA draft, he will be the Big Ten Player of the Year. I think right now, as a true freshman, he's just shown signs that he's headed in that direction. I think you look at Purdue's currently the 20th ranked team in the nation. He's arguably their best player right now, although the last couple games it's been Edey, but that's a different topic.
The
Um,
man.
but I think Ivy just has this raw ability that, you can't coach. The athleticism, the ability to get to the basket, finish through contact, I think is phenomenal. Already there as a true freshman. And obviously there's things he needs to work on. Like he's not NBA ready now by any means, which is I'm thankful because he's coming back next year. Hallelujah. But I think he only averages 10 points right now, but I think those have increased because at the beginning of the year he wasn't even starting. He was the sixth, seventh man, and now he starts every game. He's not coming out of the lineup. He's in there during crunch time, and I think he's become one of the most important players on Purdue who has the chance to make a little bit of run in the tourney. I think, and he reminds me so much of Carson Edwards. I think a lot of times when Carson was young, everybody got mad at him for his shot selection and his jumping through the passing lanes, which led to easy buckets for the other team. And I see a lot of that in Ivy. And I have to, keep myself calm sometimes when I'm watching Purdue because Ivy does make me frustrated. But I think you got to live with the bad because the good is so much more than the bad. And so I think we see signs of, kind of a raw product. And where Ivy can really improve his game is with the three-point shot. He's only shooting about 22% right now from three, but I think that's an area in basketball that you're able to develop better than maybe any other area in basketball. He can already handle the ball. He already plays pretty good defense. The dude averages like 2 blocks a game, which is crazy as a point guard. But I think, all it takes for him to improve his three is to get in the gym. It's just reps. I think, and that's something that you can easily change. It's hard to change your ability to finish through contact, but he already has that. He doesn't need to. If he can shoot from a clip around 35, low 30s, mid 30s, and just, make teams guard him out there every once in a while, that opens up the driving lanes. And then once he figures out, whether to pass or shoot a little bit better shot selection, I think he's going to be a phenomenal basketball player. And I can't wait to see what the coming years for him have.
Yeah, it's a classic Rube Homer pick that I'd expect from this first segment. But when I've watched, I definitely kind of felt that frustration where he'd do something great and then I'd be like, okay, what is this play that you're doing right now? But I mean, you have to remember he's young. I could see him definitely being somebody that Painter takes under his wing and molds into a Carson Edwards-like player. And you kind of mentioned it, but like, what do you think his biggest downfall might be if he doesn't reach his potential? You mentioned threes, but you think that's like the biggest one probably where like he could improve his game the most?
Yeah, I think that's where he can improve his game the most right now. I think shot selection, but that'll come with age and kind of maturity. So I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, I think if he can just develop a decent 3-point shot, just because right now teams don't have to guard him on the arc. And you just have to guard his drive to the basket, which then gets him in trouble because there's multiple guys waiting for him at the rim, and then he's got to try to decide to pass out of it, whether to shoot it, and he turns the ball over a couple times. So I think his biggest weakness right now is that 3-point shot.
I think he should just transfer to BYU.
I mean, it worked for Harms, defensive player of the year in the conference. I mean, you look at Harms, he probably saw the writing on the wall. Travion Williams is one of the best bigs in all of basketball. So there's no way he was going to play. And then Edey's coming in. Edey's just as good as Harms, if not better.
He played hockey. Do you know that?
And baseball.
Yeah, every game I will hear that he has played those two. And he's big. He's a big player. You hear that one?
He's a big guy.